Johnson from Chrysalis Business Support, and I'm here today with Ian Woodley from Stilo Design. And Ian is an experienced creative director and has been running design agencies for over 25 years. He works very closely with his clients to understand their business and the challenge that they face in communicating to their audience. Ian and I have known each other through networking for a couple of years, and I thought I'd just pop over to this beautiful studio that he's got. You can see all the examples of all the work that he's done in the background. To just have a quick chat, and really we were talking about what advice Ian would give to a business owner looking to improve or change their branding. So Ian, why don't you share what you've just been talking about with me?
I guess the first question to ask yourselves is, why do you want to change? You know, perhaps the focus of the business has changed. Maybe the current branding doesn't really communicate your key services anymore. Or perhaps even just the identity is just looking a little bit dated. It just feels a bit of a refresh.
Yeah.
I think also it's important to think carefully about how you want to be perceived and to work your creative around that. So I'd be thinking about the colourways, thinking about the typography, and your key messages, so that really, how's that visual look going to impact on the audience at all those different customer touch points that they come into contact with, you know.
That's great.
I guess as well, the first stage of an identity often tends to be a logo, and when we're looking at logo design, I always try and sort of build in a graphic toolkit of different elements, which can then convey that branding across all your different channels that you might be putting out to. So whether it's print, whether it's display, whether it's social media, if your identity has some flexible elements that you can use, then it really helps to get that consistency across all those different channels. For me, flexibility is key. You know, you want your branding to be recognisable and to be consistent, but it also really needs to be flexible enough to work across applications that you might not even have thought about. Yes,
that's true. And I know one of the things that I talk about when I'm working with my clients is that perception is reality. So whatever you're looking at, what your perception is ends up becoming the reality. So really, in terms of your brand and your design, you know, make sure that you know what you want to be perceived as. I guess you know, write down the words.
Yeah.
Write down how you want your clients to perceive you, and then look at your branding. Does that actually match what you want the perception to be? Because if there's a disconnect, then you may need to look at it and changing it.
Absolutely. And there's that great quote which I love from Warren Buffett, where he says, "Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room."
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Which sums it all up.
Yeah, yeah. So, what changes have you seen in the industry over the last couple of years? What's coming into effect in terms of branding within the industry?
Good question. Interesting one, really, because I think historically branding tended to be putting logos and colours and typography into brochures, and a very sort of static linear process. Of course, nowadays everybody has lots of access to video, motion graphics, animation. All of this is really accessible now. And so what it helps companies do in terms of their branding is to tell their story. And really, I think storytelling is so important on branding nowadays. Okay, you might have your logo. Branding is much more than that. And how can you use those colours, the typography, the graphic elements that you might have to actually tell your story, whether it's through an animated GIF to go onto social media, whether it's a promo video to go onto a website. You can really use all these elements to convey your story and to take your customers onto a journey.
Excellent. And I guess that backs up Warren's quote about what people say about you when you're not
Absolutely.
there, because it will be everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And people will always access it.
Yeah, and all these tools are really accessible now, and it's so easy just to be able to put together little snippets of information to drip feed through all your channels.
Yeah, fantastic. Excellent. Well, I hope you find that useful. So again, perception. Make sure you write down the words that you want to be known as for your brand, and check your brand image and make sure that that matches. Think about what you want people to be saying about you when you're not there. What does your brand say when you're not even present? And make sure that that's all consistent and that it all flows through everything and through all the customer touch points. So Ian, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I really enjoyed that chat. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and you found it useful. Ian's contact details will be down below on the website. So I'm sure if you've got any questions or you're looking for anything to do with your brand, he'd be delighted to help and answer any questions that you've got. So thanks again.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon.